Example 7, construct a truth table for if not P, not Q, to determine when the statement is true and when the statement is false. All right, this is page 28, going back to your notes. So let's start with our P and Q. T, T, F, F. All right, so if not P, then not Q. So let's write out not P, which is FFTT, then not Q, FTFT, and then let's finish the statement. So we have an if-then, and it says it's false only when the antecedent, that's the if part, is true. We can write up here, here's the antecedent. If the if part is true and the consequence is false, then the whole statement is false. So we have here, if F, then F, which would be what? No?
Be true.
It'll be true. This is what we need to know out of this the conditional statement. False only when both the antecedent and the antecedent is true and the consequence is false. So your antecedent is
because the antecedent is false.
right.
Statement true.
Yes. Okay. How about FT? If F then T is going to be true. We can go back to that statement. Those 4 cases for the conditional. How about the third one? False. And then the last one. True. Okay. So for a conditional statement, okay, just as a reminder, false only when both, oh, wrong one, I said conditional. False only when the is true and the consequence is false. And let's do this last one. All right, so we have here if, and in brackets, then in parentheses, we've got if P then Q, and not Q, then, this is a lot to say, not P, okay? And then it says, show that the compound statement is a tautology. Let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. So, when you see this, what does this mean? Well, what are we to expect at the end? All are true, okay? So here we go, quickly. And this will be our last example for the day. We're going to start within the brackets, and then within the brackets, we're going to start with the parentheses. If P, then Q. So, when is it false again? With this connective.
When it's true, false.
When it's true, false. So everything else is going to be true. And then next, how do you go in order? Since we completed the parentheses, let's write not Q. FT, FT. Then we can write the,
Not P.
let's do not P. Yes, do not, let's do not P. And then, let me think. Yeah, let's do not P first. And then we'll do what's in the bracket. It'll make it easier. Not P. False, false, true, true. And then let's do complete the bracket. All right, so this is what? And, conjunction. Both statements must be true, right? So the first one is what? False. Second, false. Third, false, right? And then the fourth one? True. All right, and then we can write the question itself now. All right, so we might be reading this a little backwards, right? If, then, right? Well, we already know what it's going to end up being, right? Because it says, shows it, because, you know, for it to be false, the antecedent must be true. We don't have any true statements here, then it's false, so everything is going to be true.